Hello, my gorgeous people. These are your timely messages from your spirit guides, and you will come across these messages whenever you are meant to come across these messages. And you're also going to get, apart from a really special message for yourself when it comes to your spirit journey, you're also at the same time going to get a really important confirmation. As I said, you will know exactly what this message will mean to you and how important and significant this message is going to be. Of course, that this is a lot to do with the power of the actual synchronicity, but at the same time it's to do with our spirituality and our connection with the world beyond. As I said, you're going to come across these messages whenever you're meant to come across these messages, but the bottom line is that there is something so important there going to be for you whenever you come across this, whenever you watch this. Okay, so the first sign, I'm going to do the 12 signs of the actual zodiac. So the first sign of the zodiac that I'm actually going to have a special message from the spirit world, from your spirit guide, is actually going to be my gorgeous Aries, my beautiful Aries, my gorgeous Aries. You have got a message from the spirit called George. Okay, so your spirit guide is called George, and he has a very special message for you indeed. Basically you are going to have a very important news, in particular when it comes to the actual resolution of the problem that was slowing you down and affecting you so much. Once you come to terms with this problem, which is not going to be long, at the same time there is going to be a really important conclusion that you are going to have. It's around this conclusion there is going to be the life-changing opportunity. Pay attention to the idea that you are going to have. So just remember, at around this conclusion there is going to be the mind-blowing idea that you are going to have, although at the time it's not going to seem as mind-blowing as it is actually going to be. Okay, my gorgeous Aries, this is from the spirit called George, and I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card as well to go along with this wonderful and rather important message. Oh my Lord, prosperity. Okay, your oracle card is prosperity. So this message is pretty much so to do with your own security, with your own finances, but also making yourself so much happier when it comes to your financial situation and doing the right thing, making the right choice and going along with it. Okay, so this is your oracle card, my gorgeous Aries. Okay. So the next sign that I'm going to have a special spirit message is going to be my gorgeous Taurus, my beautiful Taurinis. You are having a special message from the spirit guide called Anna. Anna is having a very special message for you, and it means that you are going to have an important advice. You are about to have an important advice. This advice is going to be life-changing. It's going to surprise you like there is no tomorrow, but most certainly and most importantly and most significantly, it is going to open your eyes. Once your eyes are open, nothing is going to close them ever again, which means that you're going to find out something so significant when it comes to your own spiritual journey, something that is going to help you to keep your head up, but also, something that is going to help you to reflect on your situation in the best possible way. So it means that the problem that was draining you and affecting you so much is pretty connected to this situation like there is no tomorrow. So you, my gorgeous Taurinis, need to pay attention to this interesting advice that you are gonna get. I say interesting and I repeat interesting purely because it's just kind of gonna seem a little bit bizarre, a little bit strange, a little bit different, but then the whole path, it's actually going to unfold it around that particular situation, my gorgeous Taurinis. And I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card to actually go along with this. Okay, and that was from the spirit called Anna. Okay, compassion. This is very important, my gorgeous Taurinis, which means that you are going to be tested very, very soon. And the answer to the testing that you are going to have, it's going to be the actual compassion, compassion, compassion. On another hand, you are going to have a beautiful reward. You are about to have a beautiful reward because you have been so nice to someone. You have been so important. You have been really important figure, really important person, really important being in somebody else's life, and you mean to them so much, and something meant to them so much. That person is about to make themselves known. This is going to mean to you so much like there is no tomorrow, because at the same time something is about to be unlocked within you, my gorgeous Taurinis. This is important when it comes to your life journey, but it's also at the same time very important when it comes to those things in your life that you want to get hold of, those things that make you feel good, positive at the time of the negativity. So this is going to be very important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about and having a rather important message from the spirit guide is going to be my gorgeous Gemini. My gorgeous Gemini, you have got a message from the spirit called Stanley. Okay, you have got an important message from the spirit called Stanley, which means that you need to be a little bit careful. You need to be careful what you do, and you need to be careful how do you respond, how do you actually respond, and you need to be careful how you go around a certain problem, because something is about to bounce back into your life, and yet again it's going to give you an important opportunity to actually move on with your life by working on it. Okay, so something is about to bounce back. It is like a kind of half an unfinished business, but it's a half of some kind of like a situation in your life that occurred, and you were just kind of blaming yourself that you made some kind of a mistake. So now this is an important moment in time for you to understand that this is just something that you need to kind of express yourself in a slightly different way in order to come to the bottom of the things, you see. So it's about the actual opportunity or situation in your life which is going to arise, but you just need to go around it in a slightly different way. Naturally and subconsciously you will be drawn to do one thing, but then again at the same time something is going to be questioning yourself. You know, some kind of spirit is going to be kind of helping you with this, because something is just going to kind of like start to make you feel like you don't want to go forward with this, and this is something that you need to pay attention to, you see. So you don't normally go around the things how you normally do them, but most certainly the answer to this, it's the actual open-mindedness. So it's to do with an unfinished business, but at the same time, as soon as you deal with this and as soon as you go around it and you don't kind of you respond to it in a different way, so you don't make the same mistake. And once you do this, then it becomes like an unfinished business is going to turn into a finished business, you know. And then that in itself is going to help you so much in order to actually go on the next stage of your life. This is very, very important stage for you, my gorgeous Gemini, because lots of questions are at the same time going to be answered. I just want to also like see what is going to be an oracle card for you, my gorgeous Gemini. What is going to be an oracle card for you here to go with this reading? Okay, forgiveness. You see, at the same time you are going to be tested. There is somebody that you need to let go in this term of the actual forgiveness, because you have got a very powerful energy. You're very strong in so many different ways. You're very courageous. You're very special. You're very divine in so many spiritual ways, my gorgeous Gemini, that like there is no tomorrow. But spiritually, maybe if you're like angry with someone, you know, you just need to let something go. there's some kind of situation or some kind of person, you need to forgive in order to move on. This is very important. Even if it doesn't make sense to you, it's important to forgive and forget, because it's not about us necessarily in our individual spiritual journey, but it's about us giving the opportunity to ourselves, for our spirit to actually grow and go on the next stage. This is very, very important. And also at the same time, you are gonna have a little test from somebody, who's gonna be testing you in such a way of like, it's gonna make you feel like a little bit negative and a little bit angry, but then again, that person mean to you so much. So the forgiveness is also very important here indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I have a special message from the spirit guide is actually going to be Cancer, my gorgeous Cancerini, and the spirit here is called Maria. You have got a message from the spirit called Maria, and you also pretty much so need to be quite careful, because you must not ignore certain opportunities. And I'm saying this and I'm repeating that this reading is completely timeless, and you're going to see this reading whenever you're meant to see this reading, to the actual power of synchronicity and our own connection when it comes to our spirituality and the divine dimensions. It doesn't really matter. Even if you come back to this video like 10 times, it doesn't matter. You just need to remember that it's like about ignoring opportunities, that there's certain opportunities around you and somehow you have been ignoring them, or you are ignoring them. And this is purely because lots of things are happening in your life, lots of things are happening around you, and sometimes there are specific things in our lives that just actually drain our energy to the point when we are just like kind of focusing too much on certain things in order to open our eyes and just see which things in our lives need attention, which means on another hand that you are gonna have important opportunities right now. As soon as you start reading this, watching these videos, my gorgeous Cancerinis, you are going to start to have a really important opportunities, from this moment onwards. So you just need to remember to not to basically ignore them. Okay, on another hand, I'm just going to basically shuffle these oracle cards, and I say by not ignoring them also, if you have important opportunities, this is how you go around it. If you have important opportunities, do not leave them aside, do not wait, just dive in, explore as much as you possibly can, because exploration is also going to show you the whole new world of possibilities, that you wouldn't normally pay attention to. It's about that spiritual domino that I was talking about, but it's also about that spiritual knock that you make and you just let yourself in, let yourself through, my gorgeous Cancerini. Okay, so I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what card is going to go with this. Oh la la, you see this financial health. This is pretty much to do with your finances. This is pretty much to do with your financial securities, what I was just talking about. And it's also to do with doing the right thing. So these opportunities that I've mentioned are to do with your finances, are to do with things in your life that are appearing around you that you should actually pay attention to. It's about you being very explorative, it's about you being very adventurous, it's about you stepping into the unknown, it's about you just doing things that you want to do, but also every single time try to just kind of like try something different, try something new. It doesn't necessarily have to be every day, but it can be like maybe, on a weekly basis, and that just in return, that energy is going to create a world of possibilities, because it's instantly going to raise your vibration, and that in return is going to make your energy magnetic to those things that you want, that you need to happen, that are at the back of your subconscious mind, like screaming to come out of you. Important indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Leo. My gorgeous Leonis, your message is very important as well, and and your message is from the spirit called Sam. You have a message from the actual spirit called Sam, my gorgeous Leonis, and your message is very strong and it's very important. You know, you are, my Lord, almost as we speak, you are like kind of inventing and reinventing something very important and something very powerful and something very strong and something very unique about yourself. The uniqueness is the answer. Persistence is the answer. Keep going, and keep going, my gorgeous Leonis. It's not gonna be long. By the time you kind of realize this, it's gonna happen at the time when you least expect it, but at the same time, it's about you keeping going and understanding that the more creative you are, the more powerful as well your personal, of course, vibration is going to be, and more magnetic, but at the same time, even more importantly, you are about to have a mind-blowing experience. You are about to have a mind-blowing experience. You will not kind of know what to do consciously, but subconsciously you're gonna be like, ooh la la, I absolutely love this. This is how you're going to be, my gorgeous Leonis. This is important. So it's not only about the beginning of some kind of like an absolutely mind-blowing experience, but it's also at the same time, it's an adventure. An important adventure which is going to confirm things to you, but also it's going to provide you with a path. An important confirmation is just like, oh my God, this in itself is going to bring you the necessary balance to move on, but also to keep on being persistent about those things in your life that keep you going, that you know if you're right, you just keep going and keep going and keep going. The persistence is the answer, which means that you're gonna also very soon reach the point when you're gonna think like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? I had enough, blah blah blah. This is all part of this challenge. This is all an important part of this picture that I'm talking about. Now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm just going to see what is going to be sorry, what is going to be your oracle card. What is going to be your oracle card, my gorgeous Leonie? Oh, you see this? It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. This, my gorgeous Leonis, you see this inspiration. It's all about the inspiration kicking in. It's all about the inspiration happening to you. It's all about the inspiration slowly gliding into your sign. This is very important because at the same time, this inspiration will be very bright and very strong. And at the same time, it's going to give you very powerful courage in order to do things. I suggest anything that you get inspired by, just go for it. Anything you feel strongly by, just go for it. You know, this is your time. You are about to have an important inspiration when it comes to your life, but there's so many other things that are going to come through it and be attached to it as well. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be sorry, my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolini, my gorgeous Virgolini. You are having the message from the spirit guide called Nadia. You, my gorgeous Virgolini, are having the message from the spirit guide called Nadia. This is also a very, very important message because the certain crisis that you have been going through, the certain difficulties that you have been going through, you know, they made you feel like a very negative, and that in itself affected your energy, way of thinking, your optimism. And you know, these are very important energies around us when it comes to our personal energy and when it comes to our personal vibration, because this is the time when our personal vibration is indeed affected. And when our personal vibration gets affected, things just don't work right because we are just not feeling on top of the things, and there is always like some kind of little hole around us where our energy is like, it seems like it's draining out. So when we start doing things, and then very quickly we find out that our energy is being drained, and then the excitement very quickly goes, you know. So this is just part of the picture, my gorgeous Virgolini, the way you have been affected, you know, by these negativities that I'm actually talking about. You are about to face a very, very important situation, life-changing situation. Okay, very, very important. And this is my gorgeous Virgolini. It's about to change your life because there is so much that is going to be unfollowed, you know, not unfollowed. There is so much that is actually going to be followed when it comes to unfoldment. I was going to say unfoldment, you know. There is so much going to be unfolded, like right at that moment in time. You are about to face a very important situation, and that situation is connected to these negativities that I said, a little bit of negativity that you had, a little bit of uncertainness that you had, and all these energies that I mentioned when it comes to our vibration that is affecting us like there is no tomorrow. It's because we just kind of like got stuck in a little bit of uncertainty. So there is going to be a massive, huge, enormous, mind-blowing answer that you are going to have. So you, my gorgeous Virgolini, are going to be facing an important situation, and it is not going to be that long. It is going to make you feel very indecisive, very uncertain, and you will know what to do. But then at the same time, you need to remember that you are reaching a very powerful circle in your life, and you have the power to do whatever you wish to do. It's time to just basically literally go for it, go for it, go for it. So you, my gorgeous Virgolini, are going to be facing a very, very important situation soon. And I want you to say to not bring yourself down, to not to think in any negative way whatsoever. This is time to keep your head up and think positive. Your positivity It's going to make you stronger, it's going to make you brighter, it's going to increase your vibration, and most importantly, it's going to increase your energy. And this is going to reflect on you beautifully, because almost certainly a few days after that, there is so much that you're going to be able to realize and notice around you that you wouldn't normally realize and notice. And this is the way things work. And this is why this is going to be very special and significant for you, because if we are not on the right track when it comes to our spiritual journey, we can see and come across all sorts of things, my babies, but at the same time we don't notice them because there are still things that we need to deal with when it comes to our personal situation. So this is what I'm talking about. The bottom line is you will be facing an important situation like very, very soon, and all I want you to say is that you have the power to do whatever you wish to do. Very important, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So now I'm just going to shuffle this oracle cards, and I'm going to see what oracle card is actually going to go with this situation, my gorgeous Virgolini. Okay, and your oracle card is, oh my lord, you see, and this is to do not necessarily with the actual traveling, but it's about moving on with your life, about making an important adjustment, about making an important readjustment. Pay attention to something that is keep on coming back into your mind. Why are you ignoring it? It's the answer. An important answer is floating around you, my gorgeous Virgolini. You must not ignore it. This is very important, because that answer is going to be keep on coming back and coming back until you make it, until you notice it and realize it. And this is all about you making this important adjustment and readjustment. You know exactly what you need to do. You will know exactly what you need to do in order to move on with your life. But this travel, it's you and it's your spiritual journey, not necessarily the travel like you go from that place to another. No, baby, no, necessarily. But when I see this oracle card, you know, in your situation, that also will kind of be very important as well, and will also be a quite strong part of it as well. So this could also be very strong moment that is dominating when it comes to the actual traveling, that will mean to you so much as well. But on another hand, this is pretty much so also to do with your spirituality, and you finally like making a very big jump, very big step in your your life, my gorgeous Virgolini. And this is something that is literally going to change everything. It's going to change the way you feel. It's going to change the way you think. It's going to change your energy, because it's just also going to turn into this mind-blowing motivation that is going to help you, and it's going to get you going at a time when you need it the most indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to have a special message for, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Libra. My gorgeous Libra, you have got a message from the spirit guide called Julia. My gorgeous Libra, you have got a special message from the spirit guide called Julia. My gorgeous Libra, I want to say to you that people in your life are very important, and I know that you know this, of course. But now they will be playing very, very important role. People in your life are going to be playing very important role, my gorgeous Libra, because of several different reasons. You're gonna have some kind of understanding with somebody whom you maybe just did not have understanding so far, and this will be really, really important, because at the same time something very negative in between you and somebody else is going to come to an end slowly. But this is really important because it's going to come from you, and this is only going to show your level of the spiritual maturity. This is very significant indeed. So the things are going to start moving on in between you and somebody else. A very, very special moment for you, because you know there is going to be quite important realization that you are going to have at the same time, and this is slowly coming from the moment in time when you release the negativity in between you and somebody else. Perhaps there was maybe even subconsciously you created a certain negative point in between you and somebody else, and now is the time to release this. It's very important to mention also, you know, please try to understand, it's pretty much so to do with you being as open with people in your life and very honest with people in your life. This is very, very important. And I'm talking about the people that mean to you a lot. I'm talking about people that are significant to you, and also at the same time, you know, it is just basically, you know, somebody very special, it's about to enter your life, my gorgeous Libra. Somebody very, very special. So this, what I just said so far, was about like a person in your life already. But now I'm just also saying that somebody very special is about to enter your life, and that person is going to be directly responsible for your life changing, like literally forever, for the best, for the better. On one hand, it's to do with like maybe you waiting, you know, like for this particular person consciously or subconsciously, but however, one specific person is about to enter your life, and that particular person is going to change your life forever. You will see what was missing. You will understand what was missing. You will understand what you needed. And most importantly, through this person, you will understand what you want. There is so much that is going to come through with this particular person. This particular person is going to have such an ultimate influence and impact on every single aspect of your life. I really, really like it. Because once you get this balance, you will see how much was something significantly missing in your life. And on another hand, very important message you're about to get. Very, very important personal message, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card, my gorgeous Libra. What is going to be an oracle card, and this is basically just to go to do with things that I've just said. Oh la la. You see this, my gorgeous Libra, Libra, Libra. This is absolutely brilliant, because this is just answering what I said. It's about the happiness. It's about the optimism. It's just certain element that is missing in your life. This is just something that affected you, like there is no tomorrow, but it's connected. Like how I can explain this? It's like a huge element that was missing in your life. And then you will see where the energy was draining out of you. you, you know, where the energy was going out of you. It's almost like a little hole as well on you, and then the energy is like a kind of draining out through that particular hole, you know, and that hole is just going to be closed. It's going to be fixed now. So now you will be able to focus on things, you know, by feeling them and understanding them from a completely different level. But this is an important puzzle which is going to solve the certain mystery. But at the same time, once this puzzle you know, fall down on the picture, once this missing puzzle fall down on the picture is going to be completely different, and you will see what is missing in your life. And this is the power I'm talking about. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, and that's from the spirit called Julia. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be having a spirit message for, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Scorpioni. My gorgeous Scorpioni, you have got a message from the spirit guide called Edith. Okay, so you Scorpioni have got a special message from the spirit guide called Edith. Okay, and your message is, you know, it's just so important for you to understand this is so much so to do with your own reflection, and also at the same time you are going to have the need to actually kind of like learn something new. This is very important. You're about to find yourself like on a path where you are just not going to be able to ignore the certain part of yourself. Something within you will need to go on the next level. This is very, very important because it's to do with your quirkiness, it's to do with your uniqueness, it's to do with your essence, it's to do with your ultimate power. Okay, so it's to do with things that are making you feel good, no matter what they are. Whether this is to do with work, whether it's to do with doing little herby herbs, you know, whether this is to do with like a little candles, you know, whatever this is, it is going to require from you to reflect on it in the term of like you reflecting on it and taking on the next level, because now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, you are having an ultimate power to actually do this. You know, at the same time, this is important because when you are focusing on it, when you are kind of like pay attention to it, it's not all the spirit says, because it's pretty much so to do as soon as you start with this as soon as you start with this energy, as soon as you start with this motivation, as soon as you start with this direction, there's so many other things that are going to pop up around you beautifully. Not only you're going to be able to read and connect the signs from a much higher angle, my lord, but at the same time it's about getting this energy going, flowing through the universe like so beautifully and such a light and beautiful way. But on another hand, it's the idea. It's going to take you towards the certain idea. So I see, and it's all about exploring the parts of you that you have not explored, but you know that this is something that you should do. So it's to do with things that make you feel so happy, so great, so different, so unique. What is your personal essence? You know, which essence, which part of you it's making you feel so like ooh la la, rather vavavumish. You know, this is the thing that I'm talking about. So this message is pretty much so going to be with with things that make you feel really great and happy, and it's for you to really pay attention to it. As soon as you focus on it, you know, the bottom line is that there is going to be an important mind-blowing idea. And I really like it that, you know, also you will know that this idea is like yours idea, because like not that long after that moment in time, you're gonna have a very special omen, very special sign, and your omen and your sign is going to come in terms of like the really great news, like really important news that it's just you're gonna absolutely love. You're gonna feel delighted. Nothing to do with this, but suddenly you're gonna feel a very strong connection to everything that I said, and this is going to be an omen. This is going to be a sign. Okay, very, very important stage for you, my gorgeous Scorpioni. So it's going to take an additional 7 weeks for something to come through after that moment in time. 7 weeks after that moment in time, things are going to be unfolding, and then at the end of the 7 weeks, it's going to be like pam, pam, pam. Very, very important realization and the outcome, which is most certainly going to provide you with an answer to a really important question, but also what the next steps are going to be. It's going to be pretty evident and absolutely impossible to ignore. Of course, that this is going to require certain life changes. So now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm going to see what is going to be an oracle card to actually go with this. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpioni, what is going to be an oracle card to actually go with this? Love. Pam, param, pam, 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 param, pam. Absolutely brilliant. You see this? It's a finding the missing part of you and feeling that balance and feeling that energy, feeling the emotions that you didn't feel in a long time, feeling the happiness you didn't feel in a long time, feeling the excitement you didn't feel in a long time, but also, you know, the power of your personal projection. It's about to become very, very strong indeed. No matter when you watch this video, whenever you connect and reconnect to this situation, this is what is going to happen. The power of your personal projection will be very strong, and use it wisely, my gorgeous Scorpioni. Indeed, use it wisely, which means that you can very easily attract somebody very special into your life. You see, you can get the attention of the right people when it comes to your life, because your personal power within is very strong anyway, but now it's going to be very, very highlighted, pretty much so. The more you like something, the closer towards this you're going to be. So all you need to do is just make the first step, make the necessary step, and the angels, your spirit guides and the universe is going to do the rest. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about and having the special message from the spirit guide is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Sagittarius. Sagittarini, you have got a message from the spirit guide called Francis. My gorgeous Sagittarini, you are having a message from the spirit guide called Francis, and this is also very important message, because I want you to understand that, you know, you are going to have a little test, you know, very soon. You're about to have a little test, and the answer to this is your own bravery. The answer to this is the actual your own capacity. You know, on one hand, you just need to be really brave. You need to trust yourself. You're very powerful in many different ways, and I'm saying this because I need to remind you of your own power. Not that you need to be reminded, but your special power, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is like bing. As I said, that's exactly what you do. Once you set your mind to something, you do it as quick like there is no tomorrow. And that's what I'm saying. This is your power. You just do things really quickly with such an ease, in maybe compared to some other signs. It really depends on your spiritual journey. By the same time, it depends on what's going on in your life at the moment. But you know, when you're told things like this, it's always great, because it just reminds you of who you are, how powerful you are, and how unique you are. And do not forget this, my gorgeous Sagittarini. It's very important. So you are going to be facing the situation where you're going to need to be really brave. By the same time, this is going to show your own capacity, and this is absolutely brilliant, because you are going to do really, really great. This is pretty much about you going towards the unknown stage and unknown area, unknown path in your life that is going to also unfold when you least expect it. And this unknownness, this situation of unknown and unknowing is just also kind of going to put you off a little bit. So it's pretty much so to do with the stage and part of your life that you're not too sure about, because you don't know much about it, you know. By the same time, you just need to be kind of like, you just need to remember just to step through. Once you step through, once you step forward, you're going to be absolutely fine, and you're going to realize something very special about yourself. Then the certain skill, something very unique, is going to be highlighted. So this is something that you should pay attention to, because it's the part of your spiritual journey and what you should be exactly paying attention to, because you're going to start the progress, the process process that is going to take an additional 63 days after you realize this, after this actually takes place. So just remember, and then at the end of these days, there's going to be an important achievement that you are going to be able to see, you're going to be able to connect with. But most importantly, this is when the real huge massive changes are actually going to start. So when you feel like you are tested a little bit when it comes to the certain situation in your life, you just need to remember it's to do with the bravery, but it's also to do with you being able to step into the unknown with bravery. The more brave you are, the more powerful outcome you're actually going to have at the same time. So this is very important because it's about discovering something quite unique, something that's going to be highlighted for you at the same time, that you are going to kind of start doing. You see, it's all going to be connected to this situation, but most importantly, it's going to take an additional 63 days until this situation takes place, and at the end of these days you will see the huge massive unfoldment out of it. So when you find and face the situation that really makes you feel scared and kind of like it needs a little bit of bravery, because it's pretty much so to do it with an unknown situation, most certainly you should step through. It is absolutely no need to rush. This is absolutely big no when it comes to rushing things and doing things really quick. No, baby, no, most certainly no. One step at a time, and the patience is the answer. So this is all gonna boil down, my gorgeous Sagittarini, very soon, when you're gonna have this important idea, and this idea is literally going to change your life, but it's going to be much bigger and much important than you could possibly imagine. And I'm telling you this because you will see exactly what I mean. This is going to reflect on your finances, but it's also going to, of course, reflect on your whole life, on your emotions. And I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card. My gorgeous Sagittarini, what is going to be your oracle card? Oh la la, you see this? It's a pretty much so to do with, your financial security, doing the right things when it comes to finances and financial security. There's certain changes that are going to be connected to it, but also it's like the ability, the realization that it's also time to move on with a certain aspects of your life. Everything that I said so far, it's not only to do with you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, but it's to do with the people that are very close to you, is to do with the people that are very important to you, is to do with people that are very significant to you at the same time. Because I see that this is all going to lead towards an important achievement, and you are going to feel so proud of yourself as well, and the people around you who knows you're going to feel also proud with you, with the step that you made, with this beginning that was unfolded at the same time. It's like a beautiful lotus moment. I can describe this as a very beautiful and a very unique lotus moment that you are going to have, my Sagittarinis, you see. So it's pretty much so like you are embarking on an adventure, like by stepping into an unknown, but also most importantly, you're just going to like connect and to reconnect to the missing parts of yourself that you should be paying attention to. So any ideas, feelings and emotions that you have, they're also going to be answering important questions to you along this way, along this journey indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Capricornius, my gorgeous Capricorn, my beautiful Capricornius. I love you so much. And the spirit guide, you have a message from the spirit guide called Hayden. My gorgeous Capricornius, you have a message from the spirit guide called Hayden. Okay, and your message is also very important. Whenever you see this message, whenever you come across this message, you are meant to come across, as I said, is through the actual power of synchronicity, but at the same time through the power of our own spirituality, and allowing us and through the actual power of us allowing ourselves to notice things in life that we don't normally notice. Because what is actually going to happen, you are about to have a really interesting situation arising in your life, and it's going to surprise you. It's really going to surprise you. It's not something that you thought that it's actually going to happen. happen, the outcome. It's to do with the outcome that is really going to be mind-blowing. But then again, at the same time, there is going to be a specific answer that you are going to get through this situation, and most certainly it's not going to be what you really wanted to hear, but at the same time you will know exactly what to do. It's maybe going to be connected to the little change of plan at the same time, my gorgeous Capricornius, but at least you will know the truth, and you will know which steps today to take in order to kind of protect yourself and the people around you, for example. Do you know what I mean? It's about us taking the right steps and just like having a little slight change of plan at the same time. So you will not kind of like what you're going to hear, but then at the same time you will know exactly what to do. There is going to be very interesting positivity over way beyond that you will be able to feel, that you will be able to sense, and you are going to be drawn towards it. You know, you will know exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. On another hand, you know, this is about your, also it's pretty much so about the practical knowledge. Your practical knowledge will be very highlighted and very important at this moment in time when you're watching this, but in every single step of the way from this moment onwards, because you just have to follow your intuition, your own uniqueness, but also at the same time you are going to be pretty much so having a very important negotiation. Let me tell you, very important negotiation is coming up, my gorgeous Capricornius. Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. Capricornius, pam, 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 pam. Very, very important negotiation, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are going to have. And you know what? It's almost looks like that you're going to feel like, oh no, it's not the right time. And maybe you will feel like a little bit uncertain. And I know that this is going to drain your energy like there is no tomorrow. And I just say, no, baby, no, close those doors, you know. Do not kind of like pay attention to kind of like a maybe the energy that just brings you down and confuses you. You are going to have the necessary strength and the necessary power. So this negotiation is very important. I repeat, you are about to have an important negotiation. You need to do this. You need to step through. You need to step forward, because this is going to help you so much, because there is the certain realization that you are going to have, but also most importantly, you will do the right thing, you know, and you will also shorten up kind of like things that have been kind of draining you. You are at the same time going to make an important adjustment. This negotiation is more important than ever. So if you hear about a certain negotiation, don't wait, you know, oh yeah, I'm just gonna wait, blah blah blah. No, baby, no, you just go for it. Go for it is very, very important, because something quite significant, absolutely very important, it's going to come out of it. So now I'm just gonna see what is going to be your oracle card, okay, to go with this, my gorgeous Capricornius. What is going to be your oracle card? Oh dear Lord, you see, but this is, you see, is the fertility. Some of you, you know, this is going to mean quite a lot. So this go two ways. On one hand, of course, you know, it's to do with the fertility in general. It's to do with the power. It's to do with the creation. It's to do with a new life coming out, you know, new life starting. This is the beginning of something very special. So those Capricornians who maybe want to have a little baby, look at the baby. But then on another hand, it's also, you know, to do with something very, very special, my Lord, as of course the baby, when it comes to fertility, is like really special indeed. But on another hand, in spirituality, this is like a big mama indeed. And I say big mama because, oh my God, you have got a power. You have got a huge, enormous, mind-blowing power, my gorgeous Capricornians, because this means, this is only highlighting what I just said. You will start an important progress, an important process, something so important and significant like there is no tomorrow. It's like the beginning of new life. It's the whole new stage. It's going to be kind of like obvious right in front of you. And it's going to happen when you least expect it. And it's going to happen really quickly, but most certainly it's about to change your life. And this little seed is like a little seed that is going to be planted, and in spiritual terms, of course, it's like a baby. If it's not a real baby, then it's the little seed that you are going to plant, something very important which is going to surprise you, but on another situation that is going to surprise you. But on another hand, it's just going to be kind of lasting forever. It's literally, you know, your life is going to be adjusted in the best possible, in the great way. And also there's so many changes going to happen throughout the times. This seed that you're going to plant is going to change everything, because it's to do with its power of change, endurance and resistance at the same time. So you are about to embark on a very important journey, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious Aquamarini, Aquarius. Okay, so for those of you who are watching me for the first time, every single sign of the zodiac has got its own name in Sasha's world, Sasha's land. So now, my gorgeous Aquarius, Aquamarini, you have got a special message from the spirit guide called Carl. You have got a special message from the spirit guide called Carl, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And what I want to say to you, it's actually, you know, it's pretty much so to do with the actual, you know, creativity. You are gonna have a very interesting moment. You need to kind of really pay attention to people that are draining your life. First of all, you just kind of like pay attention to people that are draining your life, and just kind of remove yourself from the people and the situations that no longer serve you. This is very important, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. I know I mentioned this before, but now I need to highlight this because it's important. So you need to see who is like kind of bringing a darker shadow into your life. And you know, sometimes it's pointed out by other people in our lives and around us that are able to see things who we don't see. And these people that are around us are very important people in our lives. They may not be, but it's just kind of they're meant to be there for this period of this stage of time. And you know, they're maybe gonna point something out to you, or they already pointed something out to you, whether they're important or not important in your life. Most certainly when it comes to this spiritual journey, this path, you know, they're very, very significant. Okay, and it's down to you to see who this is. It could be the certain person, but then it could be the certain situation that you are part of on daily basis that no longer serve you, but it's draining your energy like there is no tomorrow. So it could be either a person or either the certain situation. On another hand, you know, my gorgeous Aquamarini, what I find very, very interesting here, it's just that basically when you least expected, you are gonna have such an important moment when it comes to you being as creative as possible. Something is going to change, something is going to happen, something is going to really change within you, and at the same time open your eyes. And it's going to happen at the moment in time when you release the maximum amount of your energy. It is not going to be that long. You're watching this video right now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it is not going to be that long. Okay, when you find yourself being really busy within your own world, exactly where you're meant to be, you will be enjoying yourself, you'll be doing something really great, you will be doing something really good, you will be doing something that you're meant to be doing, because your energy is going to be highly vibrational. At the same time, when you least expected, you know, you are gonna realize something really important, and this is going to open your eyes, but it's at the same time going to highlight what exactly you're in self-denial about. Okay, this is what's going to be highlighted to you, what exactly you're in self-denial about, my gorgeous Aquamarini. But then at the same time, you know, it's going to come to the actual highest level and the highest like kind of essence of your own self-illumination. This is very important. You will kind of know exactly which edit, exactly which change you need to, exactly which adjustment you need to make in your life. This is going to help you so much to look forward to the future, to look forward to the future planning. But above all, it's just going to help you realize, it's going to almost immediately help you realize how much your energy was actually drained. So pay attention to that moment, my gorgeous Aquamarini. I really hope that this makes sense. But when you find yourself watching this video, this is in itself important, but on another hand, after this moment in time, when you find yourself being very creative and enjoying yourself, this could be anything, your work, your career, maybe like a working out. This could be absolutely anything, my gorgeous aquamarine, but just remember the realization that you're gonna have. And the reason why it's gonna happen when you are so creative and enjoying yourself is because at the same time, when you start moving yourself, when you're very creative, you know, you are kind of halfway there, because at the same time you're projecting very strong and powerful energy. In fact, like ridiculously powerful energy. So the only kind of like a way to get things back out of it, it's in a form of answers and realizations that we know, and suddenly we feel very, very adamant to do. You are gonna realize something so important, my gorgeous aquamarine. You're gonna realize something so big. You're going to come across the actual some kind of maybe dishonesty, and that it's going to work for you great. Please don't get like scared or anything, but this is going to work for you so great, because that dishonesty is going to work in the best possible way for you. It's going to make you it's going to help you to make the necessary edit, but also most importantly, it's going to help you to highlight the situation that you wouldn't normally see. And one more thing for you, my gorgeous aquamarine, the sign. When you see a little bird, like coming very close to you, after you watch this video, just pay attention to the realization that you are going to have after this moment in time. It's going to help you to realize also, you know, who you can trust and who you cannot trust. Okay, trust to. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to be your oracle card, my gorgeous aquamarine. What is going to be your oracle card that will go with this particular situation? Oh my lord. Oh. What can I say? Do you see what is saying on this card? It's saying the spirit guide. Oh my god. So your spirit guide is Carl. So the Carl is just confirming that this is very strongly what your spirit guide wanted to say. This is very, very important part of your spirit journey. You are holding yourself down and you just need to let yourself go. It's very important. It's to do with just trying to make adjustments and readjustments in your life, but also doing things that you want to do, but also opening your eyes as much as you possibly can. This is an important stage you're going through. Very, very soon, you're going to have an important realization, but most certainly a mind-blowing opportunity is going to be followed. 8 additional weeks it's going to take after this moment in time for you to realize this opportunity, how powerful and how big this is actually going to be, and how important it was to make this necessary readjustment in your life. Okay? So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces, my gorgeous Piscelini. Now you have got a very special message from the spirit called Mabel. My gorgeous Piscelini, you have got a message from the spirit guide called Mabel, and this is also a very special message, and this is a timeless message. So you are going to see this when you are meant to see this. You're going to come across my gorgeous face when you are meant to come across my gorgeous face. You're gonna come across this video when you are meant to come across this video. It's about the power of the actual synchronicity, but it's also about the power of our own spirituality, karma, spiritual journey, and doing the right things at the right moments in time. You are meant to see this message, my gorgeous Piscelini, right now. I know that this is something that is going to help out so many of you to break free, so many of you to get the motivation, because what I'm gonna say, it's gonna be literally mind-blowing and rather life-changing. You are about to have a very, very powerful moment in time. The news that you are going to have, it's going to open your eyes But most importantly, it's not going to make sense straight away to start with, but then a couple of days later, you're going to realize things that you didn't know before. And that in itself is going to be really important for your own balance, in particular when it comes to the actual control over a situation. That is going to reflect on your courage, it is going to reflect on your energy, and it's also going to make you realize an accomplishment. Almost immediately, you're going to become aware of yourself and a certain accomplishment. You will be able to give a certain credit to yourself, and I like this. Of course, we need to give a credit to ourselves. This is very important, very, very important indeed, because that way we release the negative energy, okay, rather than kind of thinking negatively and things like that. And that is going to in turn into an important determination. So first, it's going to be like an accomplishment, you know, this energy. It's going to be very beneficial for you, because you are going to hear about the specific part of your past that you have done, that you have been doing, that you have been working on, paying attention to, whether this is to do with work, career, or whether this is to do with like finances in general, or this is to do with emotions or people in our lives. This is the time when you're gonna already find yourself on a very important path without even realizing, very significant path that is later on, exactly 14 weeks later, going to in turn into something mind-blowing. There are two absolutely remarkable options going to be connected to it, and both options are going to be like, oh my god, if you were aware of them now, you would be like, no baby, no. But now, by the time you get to that part of this spiritual journey, after you go through all this, you know, you will be kind of spiritually mature enough to get this energy and essence in a completely different way, which is only going to reflect within you in the best possible way when it comes to being re-energized, and when it comes to having a great confidence. You know what? This message is pretty much so strongly to do with an important confidence that is going to be playing a quite powerful role, which is going to kind of like reflect on your determination, initiative, as I said before, strength, but then at the same time is just going to start it's going to put you in front of the situation where you're gonna feel really daring. And as soon as you do this, as soon as you step through, as soon as you step forward, as soon as you kind of use that spiritual key that you are going to have, there is just so much that it's actually going to change, because it's going to become an adventure. Once you have this adventure, very special adventure, this is going to mean to you so much. It's about the spiritual adventure, special adventure. You're going to start feeling things in a different way. You will be able to connect in a different way. So this is all what it's going to boil down to, my gorgeous Pisces. You are about to have an important adventure. Before that adventure, it will be a bit of a daring situation. You're going to surprise yourself because you acted and reacted in a certain way. But this, my babies, it's absolutely everything, because this is what I'm talking about. When we react in a different way to what we normally react, and we are uncertain and confused, why did we do this? Why did we react in this way? It's coming from somewhere very special. It's coming from the very deepest part of our subconscious mind, which is only guiding us through and helping us to do the right thing, okay? Very important indeed, my gorgeous Pisces. But that in itself is going to put you on the certain conquest, okay? And that is just going to really open your eyes, but at the same time, it's just going to give you the essence that you didn't really have in a while when it comes to the optimism. I'm not saying that you were really sad or down whatsoever, but I'm just saying, once you come across these feelings and emotions, you know, you're gonna realize how kind of like withdrawn you were, in particular when it comes to the actual energy, because after this moment in time, you know, you will find yourself having so much more energy, and that in itself is going to help you with your way of thinking, with your mind, with your expression, with your work, with your longevity. You know, you're going to be able to achieve so much more in a shorter period of time. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Pisces, I'm just going to see what is going to be an oracle card of the week. And somebody in your life, it's all of the week, it's not of the week, sorry. And somebody in your life, it's really going to surprise you. There is a very big surprise coming through somebody in your life. First of all, it's not going to make sense, the certain information, message that you're going to get. But then again, just pay attention to the idea. Pay attention to the idea that you are going to gain through that, because it's so much so about the inspiration. The certain person in your life is first of all going to give you a message, and then this is going to in turn into wonderful, mind-blowing inspiration. It's just going to help you to with your own redirection when it comes to your own path. So I'm just going to see what is your oracle card when it comes to this situation, my gorgeous Pisces. Oh my Lord, reconciliation, very, very important. So you see this, it's just basically, again, it's you, pretty much so, very important moment in between you and somebody else. Somebody just drifted away from your life, and that person is about to return. And this is very important because it's just going to help you to feel so much better, and it's going to be superb when it comes to your own energy. This person is meant to be in your life, so this person is really going to have a significant effect on you. It's not only about, oh yeah, that just sounds like, oh yeah, this person is meant to be in your life, la la la. No baby, no. When people are meant to be in our lives, they are meant to be in our lives. They sometimes hurt us, but this is what we need. Then we learn, we have our lesson, and then that in itself takes us somewhere else where we actually should be. The life is not meant to be perfect. Life is never meant to be perfect. It would be weird if it would be perfect, but it's just the lessons that we are kind of having in our lives, especially when it comes to an important people in our lives. So it's about reconciliation with somebody really important in your life, you see. And this is what's going to happen, because somebody maybe, I'm not saying that you had a fight or anything like that, no, maybe you did, but maybe you just drifted away for a little while. So that person, it's about to return into your life, but this person is going to play an important role. If you are aware of this person and who this person is, okay, if you're aware of who this person is already, and you want to reconnect and connect with them, just go for it. By all means, just go for it. It depends on which spiritual journey you are, so it doesn't really matter, you know. It's important, just go for it. And if you haven't got anybody, if you can't connect this to anybody, then it means something very special and also something very unique, that somebody very, very powerful is about to glide and slide into your life. And that person is literally going to change your life. It's not just about anybody, but it's about the person who is going to have a maximum impact and influence on everything we do, because this person is meant to be in our lives, and it's beautiful. So this is a very important moment in time for you, my gorgeous Pisces, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, and as I said, these spirit messages are very special, they're very beautiful, they're very powerful, they're very significant, and most of all, they're literally timeless. You will see them when you are meant to see them. You will come across them when you are meant to come across them. Even if you see them once, twice, 3 times, if you see them few times, it doesn't really matter. You will see them, you will come across them whenever you're meant to. My gorgeous people, I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye. Mwah.